So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Yes, the Friends Tarot. I was trying to figure out what intro would I do for this. So this is the Friends Tarot deck. I am a massive Friends fan. I watch the reruns all the time. I was around when they aired and when they ended. So there you go. I love this concept so much. Now I have seen flip throughs of it. This is by the creator who did the Golden Girls Tarot and who did the RuPaul's Drag Race one, which was I think I've seen it and it looks like a bit of a flop. I'm going to say that. Because they're Ethany, I'm going to link that video below. She did a good review on that deck, and because she watches RuPaul, so I wouldn't know the personalities of the drag queens or anything like that. So because like me, I know Friends, so I would know which character would suit the card in that way because I've watched it so many times. So this is in this little, I don't know how you call this weird Pez box. It's a Pez box. I'm gonna call them Pez boxes. Okay. So it's a lovely, like, kind of, how do you put it? Like, it's pink and green and it's all like ombre. It's really nice. So there's no book. It just comes with this little card about the spreads and how to shuffle. The backing, it's so iconic. That scene, the last scene, it always gets me. Just seeing the door. Seeing the door. Cardstock wise, it's very thin, but it's not as thin as like a Llewellyn deck. Okay, so Joey's the fool, and I love this. And there's the duck. If someone called that a goose, I'm gonna. It's not the goose and the chicken, it's the duck. I love how he is dressed as the 19-year-old version of himself. He goes, "Sup, dude? Sup with the wax? Sup, PlayStation? Sup?" Oh, it's so good. Well, yeah, that's Joey. I like that. That's very true. Joey would be the fool. I like how Phoebe's the magician, because out of the friend group, she is the odd one out. Everyone else has a past, or I think Joey would be also the odd one out as well. All the rest of them have known each other in college, high school, or they're related, like Ross and Monica. So I do like how she is the magician, and she's a jack of all trades, really, because she kind of does. She's a masseuse mostly, but she does do different jobs along the way. Like, she did telemarketing as well. So yeah, that's Phoebe. Rachel's the high priestess. Yep, she's very empowering and enlightening because she let go of the lifestyle she was raised to be in, to be independent, and I love that. So that is very Rachel. Like, she has the knowledge going, here, I know what to do. Like, she did a very high priestess thing when she was helping her sister Jill. I think it was Jill? No, it wasn't Jill, it was Amy. She helped Amy. Yeah. See, I'm gonna know all the knowledge. Monica's the empress. That makes sense. She nurtures her friend. Like, when you first meet them, she goes, "Rachel?" And she's like, "Yeah," and then she takes Rachel in and they reconnect and it goes from there. It's lovely. Oh. Richard Tom Selleck is the emperor. I like this. Like, their relationship was so and so, like, really good at the same time. There's a fly in here. Because I'm like, she's dating someone the same age as her dad, and two, it does make sense because she wants the mature relationship, but it's going about the wrong way. Very interesting though. So he does suit the father-like figure. Oh, this one I don't like. The Hierophant is Monica. The Hierophant could have been Janice, I think. I don't know why. Because the Hierophant is like someone you go to it for advice, and Chandler always went back to Janice. So this could have been Janice. Just the thought of that, Janice being the Hierophant. Because Chandler always went back to her for advice, or she'd appear like in the clinic when they were about to try and secretly have kids. she gave him advice. So Janice could have been the Hierophant. The lovers. I do like this as the lovers because Ross and Rachel are the what should be couple, but they were always conflicting. So this makes perfect sense for the lovers, whereas the Two of Cups, I think it's a different couple, but it could have been Monica and Chandler. Like, that's the iconic relationship from that. So the Chariot, Phoebe's taxi. That is perfect. Phoebe's taxi. Strength is Chandler, and I thought that was interesting. I thought the strength card could have been Chandler in the box, because he had the strength to prove his friendship to Joey. So it would have been cool if it was Chandler in the box. All the Friends references are coming out. The Hermit is Ross. I don't know who could be the Hermit. Could have been David. That would have been a good one. The Hermit could have been David. Another could have been... Who could have been another one? Yeah, David, because he was the scientist guy and he was always on his own. And every time he came over, Phoebe would reconnect with them, so he'd go away to Minsk and come back. So David, the science guy, could have been the Hermit. I'm just noticing that there's a lot... I've watched a flip through of this, and it's mostly the six... Like the six characters, and I could have expanded more. Like, this is Monica and Ross here, so like it's always the six. It's never the side characters. Justice is Phoebe. I do like this, but it could be Ursula. We don't know. It could be Ursula. But if there was Ursula, it could have been like some slight changes here. Like, Ursula wears black a lot, so that's her twin. But like the Justice is the balance, so that just makes sense for Phoebe. The Hangman is Chandler. He always needs a new perspective, because he finally gets the perspective of, why do I bitch about other women? Oh, that's his perspective. So the Death card is Ross. That makes sense, because Ross goes through so much change, but it's all bad changes for him, if that makes sense, because he goes through what do you call it, like the lesbian divorce, and then from there he gets very paranoid about other women. But I do think the best relationship for him was Charlie, because there was no issues with him and Charlie. They just ended abruptly, randomly, and he kind of forgot about Rachel as well until he walked in on them and Joey. So yeah, Charlie was the one that kind of grounded him. Temperance is Rachel as a waitress. That is perfect. Get the coffee. So right. The Devil is Joey. This makes sense because it's playing on his womanizer kind of side of character, so that does make sense. He's very womanizer, and I like how it's a pizza. That was good. The indulgence of pizza and stuff like that, you know. So the Devil suits Joey. The Tower is the apartment block. Very straightforward. The Star is Monica. I like this. The Star is Monica because she likes things organised, but she also goes with the flow as well. Like, things come up, she just deals with it, you know? Like, she doesn't go, oh my god, everything's out of whack. But like, I do like the concept of the ribbon drawer. Where would the ribbons go when the baby's here? The Moon is Monica, but I do like how, if you look closely at this, people are like, why is there two Monicas? This Monica has shorter hair, this one has longer hair, so this is season 1 Monica, and this is her later on in the series, so you can see her evolution to the Moon card. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see her evolution to this older and mature Monica, so that's why she was kind of like winging it when she was younger, but when she's the Moon card, she has to make decisions and not fantasize and follow the illusion of things. But she is following the illusion that she will, oh, it's going to be fine, we'll get pregnant. But then she has to come to terms, you know, with the results of her tests and stuff like that. So that's the very good Moon card for Monica. Phoebe's the Sun card. I love this. Phoebe and Monica are like two peas in the pod, but they're also polar opposites. So they were very good roommates at one point. So that does perfect sense for them too. The sunflowers are so cute. I actually thought this judgment card was really good, but they could have done the scene where they ride in on the dog and they go, judgment, and they're like riding in on the dog, the wheelied statue dog. So yeah, oh, it's so funny. I wonder what happened to that dog statue. I think it was there the whole time. Yeah. The world is Monica, and she's like a world chef, and I love this concept. She's like a world chef. Beautiful. So now we're on to minors. Now I'm going to skip through some, and then we will take out the ones that I think were really good, or we'll talk about them. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I haven't done this in a while, is where I take the cards that I want to talk about out. It's because I know friends like the back of my hand. And yeah, so these are the cards I took out of the minors, and we're going to talk about it. 3 of Wands is Ross looking at a plane. This could be either him saying goodbye to Marcel, or I think it's him and Emily. So it's him seeing Emily say, like, or waiting for Emily to come back. Let's not talk about Emily, okay? Emily. But yeah, I do feel like that's what that concept is. The 4 of Wands I wanted to talk about because it's Rachel and Ross, alright? I thought it would be better if it was Ross and Carol, because that's the more genuine marriage, I think, for him, other than the fact that she just found out who she was. Do you know, that's all that was different, is that she found out who she really was and just had to break the news to him. But she knows that's the only man she'll ever love, so yeah. So that's the only thing I'd say about the 4 of Wands. It could have been Chandler and Monica. I think that would have been better, like their wedding. Oh. 5 of Wands is the Thanksgiving Day football match, and I love this. The boys versus the girls. Very good concept. 10 of Wands, we have Rachel and Emma, and I love this because Rachel went through this massive career change. She had her own independent life, and then she got pregnant, and now she has career independent, like this whole craziness, and then she's a single mom as well to boot. So it's very good. This confused me. It's the Knight of Wands. I think it's Emily. It looks like Emily rather than Monica. I think this is Emily, which makes sense because then next was Rachel and Ross. See real quick, yeah, because the Wands was Ross and Rachel. So I think that's Emily, because I've noticed the Knights are the other their other counterpart or other lover. So that looks like Emily. It does look like Emily. 3 of Pentacles. I love this. Joey was the Pentacles, so it's like his career. He's focusing on being an actor. Kate. It's Kate. This is Kate. I love this. And the crazy director. I love that. Kathy is the Knight of Pentacles. See what I mean? Like, the Kathy's the Knight of Pentacles here. And I know, and Charlie, here we go. Look, Charlie was the Queen of Pentacles, and I thought that was odd. But then I realised, oh yeah, how she came in is because she dated Joey. So you can see that he has 2 women, one that cheated on him, and one that actually was genuine. They just didn't have a good chemistry. So that makes sense, do you know? It's very good. 2 of Cups is Mike and Phoebe. Phoebe and Mike. I thought that was so cute. And there's a picture of a lobster, because he's her lobster. I love it. I do think Monica and Chandler should have been more in it as a couple. See what I mean? David comes up, 6 of Cups, coming from the past. David comes up out of nowhere. Isn't that crazy? Love that. David's in it. David is also the Knight of Cups because he wants to offer her these things, but can't because she's in love with Mike. And there's Mike. Knight of Cups is Mike. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, it's upside down. And then Phoebe's the Queen of Cups, of course. I do like Phoebe as the Cups because she's very emotionally driven. And again, if some people are saying, well, she wouldn't really conflict with her emotions and stuff, but there are times in the older series, if you look, like, where she's conflicted by picking the teacher or the fireman. So that kind of thing would make sense. Kathy. 10 of Swords is Kathy. Cheated on Chandler and Joey. Crazy. Knight of Swords is Janice. I think that's the only Janice we have. And I wish there was more Janice, to be honest. See what I mean? Like, King of Swords is Chandler, and then we have Knight of Swords is Janice. I think the Queen is here. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is Monica. See what I mean? Like, the lover, or their old lovers, one of their lovers is the Knight. I've noticed that. That's really cool. So I'm going to leave that there, guys, and that is the Friends Tarot. I don't normally do haven't done the, like, let's talk about the other cards in a while, so I'm just going to do that. So I'll leave that there, guys, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.